We're back. I I don't know how content creators can do this and post something every single day or every single week or twice a week. Good lord. My schedule has been so filled. I literally have no clue when to sit down, record, and then edit and then publish it. How how do people do this? Couldn't tell ya. But we're back with another video. Okay, so today's topic is going to be a little different. Um, it's going to be like life after college. But before we get into that, I kind of want to talk about something. So it's a little funny story, and I know some of my friends are going to cancel me for this and be like, "You are crazy. How is this?" Let me get to it, okay? I was talking with my friend a while, like 3 days ago, and I was like, "Dude, like this is such an off topic, but cheddar cheese is like my favorite cheese ever." And I was like, my top three cheeses are cheddar, Colby Jack. And I was like, before I say my last one, like, I already know you're going to disagree with me. I was like, but I really like American cheese. American cheese, everyone thinks it's so mid. It's actually fire gas. Like, I levitate in the air. It's so good. But I was like, yeah, like my two cheeses I actually really hate. I don't want to say it because I know everyone's gonna be like, "Are you kidding me? You are crazy." I don't like smoked Gouda. I don't like Gouda in general. I also don't like Monterey Jack or pepper jack or whatever you call it. Disgusting, nasty. Don't like it. I just think those cheeses, it's so like it has a weird taste. It's disgusting. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just gross. Like it's so gross. I don't even know. I think American cheese is very good in cheeseburgers because I used to do like Swiss or cheddar, but I don't want to just taste the cheese. Like I want to taste everything. I feel like when I had cheddar in my burger a couple years ago when I used to like it in my burger, I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But like I didn't really taste like the tomatoes, the lettuce. Of course I tasted the meat, but it was just really strong. And I feel like American cheese really just settles the burger and like you can taste the cheese, but not too much. As if you put smoked Gouda in it or pepper jack, like or whatever you call it. Is it Monterey Jack or pepper jack? Isn't that the same thing? I think so, right? I don't know actually. But I just don't like those cheeses. It's disgusting. Cheddar Jack is the Cheddar Jack. Jack Cheddar. Cheddar Jack Cheddar Jack Chad Cheddar Chow Cheddar Chow Cheddar Cheddar. What in I'm gonna leave that clip in there because what in the world? Cheddar, just cheddar, sharp cheddar, mild cheddar, whatever cheddar. I just love cheddar. Chow cheddar? Is that what I said? Jack cheddar? Chow cheddar? I, I don't even know. Anyways, I think cheddar itself is good. Sharp cheddar is just brilliant. Colby Jack and American cheese. And I know, ooh, I already know who's going to say you were crazy. That's disgusting. I just don't like pepper jack or smoked Gouda, just Gouda itself. It's just not good. Mozzarella's pretty good, let me tell you, but so what we're going to talk about today we're going to be talking about life after college and the transition going from one state back to another. I don't know how it is with life after college and staying in the state that you live in, like you went to college in, but I'm going to be talking about life after college and coming back to your hometown, basically. So, yeah, here we go. When I moved to college, I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. Like, oh my gosh, I actually never once got homesick. It was weird. I think it was because I was mentally ready to go to college and go somewhere new. So, kind of sad I didn't get homesick, but I think it's because I also talked to everyone from my family every single day. There wasn't a day where I wouldn't talk to them or text them or give them a call about something. Like, I would always talk to someone in my family every day. So, I think that's why I never got homesick. But when I moved to college, I had zero friends. I started to build my just being more independent. And basically, like, I just moved from another state from a small town going to Phoenix. Like, I had nothing. I lived in a random dorm in Canyon Hall at school. It was called Canyon Hall. It's still called Canyon Hall, but I lived in a dorm, lived with random roommates. Like, I didn't know anyone. That's kind of like the start of going into college. You don't know anyone unless you have friends who went there prior to you going to high school, but I didn't. I literally no one went to my school. um so like to make friends, like you kind of just need either be friends with your roommates that you have and then go to different events on campus. So that's what I did. Like I went to basketball games. I think I made a lot of not a lot of friends, but I made friends really fast because I think I'm just a talkative person. Like I will talk in a random line for 8 hours while waiting in a basketball line to random people, and somehow we're all best friends by the end of it. And I remember junior year, my roommates were like, dude, like, why do you have so many friends? Because I talk a lot. Like, all these friends like I've met were either through basketball or um like in a coffee shop on campus, really. Or like I met one of my closest friends. We became very close as a group. I met two of them at a Parker McCollum concert. Well, it was a festival, but the main person singing was Parker McCollum. And I remember I met them. They were on the opposite side of the pit, and I was on the other side of the pit. And they were like, like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Like, da da da. Like, here's my snap. Like, whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. So, like, turns out they went to GCU, and I was like, oh my gosh. And this was my junior year, but in March. So I never actually hung out with them until my senior year. And we just started hanging out and literally became all best friends. And like things like that, like made friends random places, okay? Um, but when senior year came around and I was moving back home, like I think I was trying to prepare myself knowing that I will not see basically any of my friends for a certain amount of time until I plan on moving back, right? Um, so I made friends with she's actually one of my best friends. She lives up near San Francisco actually. So it's about like an hour 30, 2 hours max depending on traffic. But like I don't see her every day because that is just a commute that takes up a lot of time. So, was a random roommate my senior year, and I remember I would always talk to her, literally always talk to her. And she told me when we became basically best friends, like 2 months in, she's like, you know, I actually really didn't want to be friends with you. She was like, you just talk too much. But then I was like, oh, maybe like, we'll see. And we became best friends. And, she literally we had the opposite schedule second semester in my senior year, and I would have classes on one day and she wouldn't have classes that day. So it was basically back and forth. So the days I didn't have class, she would come in my room after her 7 a.m. at 9 in the morning. Kid you not. She would bring me two hash browns from the herd stop because her boyfriend worked in there. She would come in my room, turn off my Alexa. My Alexa. Sorry, I have an Alexa right here in the living room and I don't want it to go off. So she would turn it off because I would have a sound machine at night because our apartment literally faced Coulter Street. I think that's how you pronounce it. Good lord, cars go by like this. You hear the skateboards going on the sidewalk or in the street, and it's just so loud. Um, but I would have a sound machine. She would turn it off. She would open my blinds, turn on all my lights, and it was like, time to wake up. Let's eat breakfast. And then we'll literally do that every single week and watch a movie until her 11 a.m. But that routine I was so used to. And I think at the end of my senior year, I was like, wow, like I am not going to be seeing my best friend as much. Even though she lives in the same state as me, I'm not going to see her because she still has one more semester. And either way, she is back home now. I still haven't seen her. I'm actually gonna see her in 2 weeks and I'm so excited. Love Isabel. Like she is the sweetest, and it's actually such a blessing that we are literally best friends. Like she's probably one of my closest friends now. Um, but knowing like I'm not gonna be in that same routine and seeing my everyday friends, going to my church that I love dearly, being in my college group, being a leader for my church that I went to, like I can't do that anymore because I'm moving back home. I half of me does wish I stayed in Arizona, but I didn't work at all during college. I tried to at least twice and my grades kept falling. My mom was like, "Look, Sophia, like you cannot. You cannot work. Your grades are your number one priority right now, and if those grades aren't good, like I'm going to fail." So she was like, "You can work during the summer, save up, put in your savings, whatever." So that's what I did for 4 years. And it was great, but at the end of senior year, like I wouldn't have I had to come home because I financially wouldn't have been able to be out there for 5 months after I graduated. And so I came home and just knowing that I wasn't in that same routine that I was in Arizona, like I had to start basically not all over, but understand like this is literally adulthood. I'm not in college anymore. Like it's time to like pay for things I used to pay before college and then add more things on to pay for. And I think being home, I get like half of my independence, and being in Arizona, I had full independence. But it was a struggle having half the independence for a while because I was like, dang, like I miss Arizona, not just because of college, but everyone is out there. All my friends stayed out there. Like everyone is out there. My church community, they're still out there. A lot of them stayed. Like none of them went back home. A lot of friends just stayed there. And I was like, well, I have to come home. Like I miss home. Like I can't live without there and not have a job. And for people who told you, oh my gosh, life after college and moving back to the state I lived in is so easy. Girl, it is not. It is actually not. It's actually really hard. The first few months, yes, because you need to find that routine again. You need to start your life again. Not again, but just find that rhythm and just keep doing it every single day. Finding a job, saving money, knowing what you want to go to in the few months, and just keep doing it and understanding like this is adulthood. You need to keep going. Like, this is not college anymore. Like, this is another chapter in your life. My next chapter is moving to Arizona. But right now, I know the Lord wants me to stay here in California because I know, like, this, like, there's something else for me here. But the Lord is just, you need to stay here. I'm like, okay. I'll stay here, Lord. But I have been praying about moving to Arizona, and the Lord just saying that right now. Like, soon. Keep doing what you're doing every day. Save. Keep doing what you're doing. Just don't worry about it. And I think coming here, like, that summer, I was like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, all my friends are in another state. Like, what? What is possibly here for me? And months later, I finally realized, oh, like, okay, this is what's here for me. Being part of youth for my church and doing what I'm doing as my job. But the challenge was really hard. It was because it was just a fun chapter in our lives that we had to kind of just flip the page and be like, all right, chapter 6, chapter 7, whatever chapter you're on. But you have to start a new chapter. You can't just live and be stuck in that college mindset, being like, oh, I'm going to come home, but I'm still going to go do college stuff or whatever. No, no. Like, this is adulthood. Like, this is it. Yeah, you had adulthood in college, but it's not the same. It is so different. It is so different. And actually, it was a great reality check for me on coming home. Like, oh, okay. Like, just know this is how it's going to be in Arizona. And Arizona, oh, I think living in Arizona for 4 years, at first it was rough and I was like, I don't like this. But then I was like, wow, like, I really do love Arizona. Like, again, my church community out there, Grace is such an amazing church. Like, oh my gosh, like, it was just a great church. But I also have a great church here back at home, Cathedral. But going back to Arizona, like, some pros and cons actually. If I were to go back to Arizona, I'm already certified for Arizona and could get a job out there a lot easier than I can in California because all my credentials get transferred here for California, so I have to get certified for California. That's a whole other thing. So, pro going back to Arizona, I can get a job. I will have a great church. I'll have my friends out there. I have support out there. I have close family friends who lived in Arizona. I mean, lived here in California, but moved to Arizona. So I have family out there as well. But cons is like I'm not going to see my parents as often, holidays, whatever. But I still have a great family base in Arizona. Like I'm not alone. And I know when I move back to Arizona, like I'm going to live on my own. I'm going to have a job. I'm still going to be paying for things what I'm paying for here in Arizona, just in Arizona. But I think that life after college was a good eye opening for me because I didn't know how to transition back until it actually happened. And it happened. And I just feel like for my friends who are in Arizona right now and the ones who are transitioning back into the state that they're going to, just know it's not easy. And I don't know how it is from going from college in Arizona and staying in Arizona, but it probably is like, I don't know how it is. It might be same, it might be different. But just know that college mindset is gone. Like you're an adult now, no matter where you're going, you're paying for things. And just know like you just can't be stuck in that college mindset. You have to let go of it. You can go back to it. You can go have a friend reunion if you are going to another state and then going back to visit. You can have that. But just know like when you go back home, like it's not the same. It is really different. And it was very a good refreshing reminder for me. Like I loved it. But I do miss Arizona. I loved being in Arizona. Every time I talk about moving back, my friends, family friends would be like, "Oh gosh, the heat is horrible. I don't know how you can live out there." I The heat is actually horrible. Like Who wants to live in 115-degree weather? I do. Hate it, but I will. But I do know that Arizona, like, I do know, like, I want to live there, and that is where I'm gonna build, like, my family. Like, I would raise my kids in Arizona. And Arizona is so much cheaper. Good Lord, like, gas is so much cheaper. Please. I think the lowest gas prices that I saw in Arizona was like 220 or 230, like my freshman year of college. And I think the highest I saw was like 315, but it was always in like the 2 range. 3 max, but I never saw it go past 3. Crazy. But yeah, I just know that it's a change. But if you want that change and you want to try coming home, saving up money, not paying for what you'll pay for all by yourself, do it. I highly recommend you come home and save your money if that's what you want to do. I remember when I did come home, I was like, oh, like I should have stayed in Arizona. But I knew financially I couldn't do it because my family was like, if you move out there, like you're on your own. And I know when I move out there, hopefully this year, I know I'm on my own. But when I came home, they're like, okay, you know, this is what you're paying for. And I'm thinking about it, I was like, okay, like when I'm in Arizona, like I'm also paying for this and maybe a few more things. So it's honestly, I'm fine on paying what I'm paying here at home. Like phone bill, gas, um, ah, I'm blanking. But it's just a few more things. But it's I'm paying for stuff, and I know when I go to Arizona, like I'll be paying for the same things. So it's kind of a step on going into, I don't want to say the real world because this is the real world that I'm in right now. Like it was a reality check, let me tell you. It was a reality check when I came home, but I know that when I move out there, I'm prepared because it's the same thing here, just hundreds of miles away, you know? So, for all my friends out there who are transitioning on coming back home or know you're coming back home, just know whatever you do, stay in the same state you're going to live in or come back home. It's going to be a reality check, okay? It's going to be a reality check because you're paying for your own things now. You're you're an adult. College for me it felt like, oh, like this is fun. And then more at the end, like my senior year, I was like, oh boy, like I'm turning 23 next month. Like this is it. Like this is adulthood. This is what I wanted. Like this is right now is what I wanted. I wanted to pay for things. Like I want that feel of things. And when it's time for me to move to Arizona and the Lord will tell me when it's time, like I'm ready. But life after college was not easy. So when it's time for you to do it, just do it. And just know like if the Lord is telling you to go back, go back. Because He will provide for you, He will guide you, He will not leave you alone. I promise you that. Okay? He didn't leave me alone when transitioning back from here, from Arizona to Cali. He didn't. I felt a little hopeless because I was like, this is gonna be rough. Like, but I was fine. I literally was. I found a community once again, and I left that community I had in Arizona. But once I go back to that community, it's still there for me, no matter what. And when I come home and visit California, when I move, that community is still going to be here. It's not going anywhere. They're still going to welcome me. They're still going to be like, oh my gosh, Sophia, like, they're still going to welcome me. And when I go back, they're still going to welcome me. So just know, like, everything will be okay. It will be okay. I promise you. But it's not easy, let me tell you. It is not easy. Woo! So, telling you right now as a real friend, it's not easy, okay? It's gonna be rough, but you're gonna be okay. I promise you. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it because I know I did. If you want to follow for more, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.